Hello everyone. So in this video, I will start the new year, January 2025 with the best 300 series. This is the first best 300 series video of the year. So let's start with the set 1, that is the week 1. Let's see the best questions first. Let's start the video in English. India and which country they have signed a MOU which will institutionalize bilateral cooperation in the area of defense, and key areas of cooperation include training, exchange of personnel and experts, joint exercises, etc. So recently PM Modi visited the country Kuwait. It's a Middle East country, and Kuwait is a very important country because a lot of Indians, they live there. In fact, you'll be very surprised that the last Indian Prime Minister to go to Kuwait was Indira Gandhi. Indira Gandhi. So after more than 40 years, there is an Indian Prime Minister who has gone to Kuwait. In fact, after exactly 43 years, last time Indira Gandhi visited Kuwait, and Kuwait is a very important country. So PM Modi, he went for 2 days to Kuwait, that is on 21st of December and 22nd of December. He was invited by the King of Kuwait. His name is Sheikh Mashal Al Ahmad Al Zabar Al Sabah. And the objective of this visit was to have collaboration in trade, energy, investment, culture, people-to-people contact, that is cultural exchange. So how many MOUs were signed? So total 4 MOUs were signed. Now the number is not very important. So you can see we will cooperate in the area of defense. Very soon we will start defense exercises with Kuwait. Cultural exchange for 4 years from 2025 to 2029, and executive program for cooperation in the field of sports. So we will have cooperation with Kuwait in the field of sports also. And Kuwait has also become a member of International Solar Alliance. And let me also tell you that PM Modi was awarded the Order of Mubarak the Great, the highest civilian award of Kuwait. There are 2 names of this award: Order of Mubarak the Great, or this award is also known as Wissam Mubarak Al Kabir. Wissam Mubarak Al Kabir. This is the highest national award of Kuwait. This award was started in 1974, and this was given to Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi ji. In fact, this is the 20th international award given to him by a country, right? 20th international award, which means this is the 20th country. Kuwait is the 20th country which has given highest civilian award to Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi ji. And Indira Gandhi visited Kuwait in 1981. Now, Vice President of India Hamid Ansari visited Kuwait in 2009, and that was the last time there was some high-level visit. And in terms of Prime Minister, it is after 43 years. 43 years. Now, another thing, PM Modi, he also participated in the opening ceremony of the Arabian Gulf Cup in Kuwait. Arabian Gulf Cup, in which 8 countries participated. There are 6 countries from Gulf Cooperation Council and Iraq and Yemen. So these were the 8 countries which participated in the Arabian Gulf Cup. So Arabian Gulf Cup is an important tournament, and it's a football tournament basically, in which these 8 countries were there. So PM Modi visited just to see, and PM Modi also interacted with the NRIs in Kuwait. So there was a special event that was organized called Hala Modi, right? You will be surprised that the total population of Kuwait is approximately 5 million. 50 lakh people live in Kuwait, and out of that 1 million people, approximately 21% of the population of Kuwait is Indians. Yes. And Kuwait is also a very strong trading partner of India. The bilateral trade between the 2 countries is more than $10 billion in the financial year 2024. Kuwait is also the 6th largest supplier of crude oil to India. 3% of India's petroleum need, crude oil need, is met by Kuwait. Right? So, very, very important question. Now, which company they have introduced 2 experimental upgrades to their Gemini artificial intelligence suite, Gemini X1206 and Gemini 2 Flash. Gemini is a large language model of Google, and nothing more you need to know. Okay, so basically they have launched Gemini. They are improving Gemini. These are upgraded version. So Gemini EXP 1206 It will enhance artificial intelligence ability to handle complex queries, and Gemini Flash basically will upgrade the user experience by unlocking better generative AI facilities. So that is Gemini for you. And Gemini, what is the old name of Gemini? So Gemini was earlier known as Bard. Then Google changed the name to Gemini, right? And Gemini or Bard, it was based on Palm. Palm is a language model of Google, and it was previously based on Palm, and it was also based on Lambda family of large language model. Lambda was launched by Google in 2021. So these are all the words that are associated with Google. In fact, what they did, they launched another AI earlier, I think 2 years back, called Duet AI. Duet AI, D-U-E-T AI. So the Duet AI is another artificial intelligence product from Google, and Duet AI was also merged into Bard to create Gemini. Understood? As per the recent data shared by the Election Commission of India, which constituency recorded the highest turnout of the voters in the Lok Sabha elections of 2024? So Lok Sabha elections of 2024, the general elections of India, they saw PM Modi becoming the Prime Minister for third time consecutively. And highest turnout, highest voting percentage was in Dhubri in Assam, 92.3%. So some data is released by the Election Commission of India, which can be important from exam point of view. So let me show you the data. So for example, how many total voters were there? So 97.97 crore voters were there in India in 2024, which is an increase from 2019, where 91.19 crore voters were there. Then male votes, female vote, third gender, I mean all the types of vote were there. You can see the polling booth, the constituency with the highest turnout was Dhubri in Assam, and the lowest turnout was seen in Srinagar. In Srinagar, only 38.7% of the voters, they cast their votes. And there was an increase in the transgender voter. So total transgender voters, 27% of them, they voted. Third gender, 27% of them, they voted. Now, which is the state with the highest number of polling stations in India? So UP is the state with highest number of polling station. UP has 1,62,000 polling station. Lowest number of polling station are in Lakshadweep, only 55. But if you compare between 2024 and 2019, in which state the polling stations increased the most in 5 years, then the answer will be Bihar. In Bihar, the number of polling stations increased by more than 4,700. So compared from 2019 to 2024, highest number of polling station increase in the polling station was seen in Bihar, but of course the total number of polling station is the maximum in UP. Now, which is the constituency with the highest number of nomination? 114 nomination from Malkajgiri in Telangana. And which was the constituency with the lowest number of nomination, except Surat, because in Surat it was uncontested. Right? So there was only one candidate and he won. So lowest number of nominations were only 3 in Dibrugarh in Assam. This is a good MCQ question. Only 3 people contested from Dibrugarh in Assam, whereas 114 people contested from Malkajgiri in Telangana. And here you can see the number of voters, like the female voters, the male voters, and all of that, right? So how many were the registered voter? Now, which is that state with the highest percentage share of female electors? So that is Puducherry, 53.3%. Second highest is Kerala, 51.56%, which means that 53% of all the voters in Puducherry were female. So highest percentage share of female voters were in Puducherry, right? So any of this can be turned around and put into a MCQ. Is that clear? So I've told you whatever I thought was the most important things. Obviously, there is a lot of data. So for example, you can see state with the highest number of female contesting candidates was Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, 111 female candidates, they competed. they competed. And you can see that if you talk about the transgender or third gender, so you can see state with the highest number of transgender voters is Tamil Nadu, around 8,467. And you can see that if you compare 2019 and 2024, the number of the third gender voters increased. It was 39,000 in 2019, whereas it was 48,000 in 2024, and 27% of them they voted in these elections. 27.09% they voted in these elections. And highest number of transgender voters are from Tamil Nadu. Now, here you can see that only one constituency, parliamentary constituency, PC means parliamentary constituency, Surat, it was uncontested. It was uncontested. And how many independent candidates contested in the Lok Sabha election? 3921, but out of 3921, only 7 they were elected. So the chances of becoming a member of parliament in Lok Sabha, if you are contesting as a independent, is very less. Now, India and China, they have signed an agreement to promote trade through the Nathula Pass. Where is Nathula Pass? So Nathula Pass connects Tibet and Sikkim. The answer is option B. And you know that recently S. Jaishankar, the foreign minister of India, he met with the Chinese foreign minister and they tried to resolve their differences. And so this was the 23rd meeting of the special representatives of India and China. And the good news, the best news is that the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra is now started once again. Kailash Mansarovar is located in Tibet. And Kailash Mansarovar is said to be the home of Lord Shiva. And from Kailash Mansarovar, there is a Mansarovar pond. And from this pond, near this pond, there are 3 rivers which originate. So you have the Satluj River, you have the Indus River, and you have the Brahmaputra River. You have the Brahmaputra River, right? So what all the things were decided when they met? Well, a lot of things were decided, like Kailash Mansarovar Yatra, because since last 4 years, the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra is, suspended, right? And Nathula Pass is a mountain pass in Himalayas. It connects Tibet with Sikkim. So it is located at a height of 4,310 meter and it connects the town of Kalimpong and Gangtok to the towns of the Lower Chumbi Valley. Lower Chumbi Valley. Is that clear? And these were the 2 main things which were decided. And of course, the border disengagement and all those things were also there. That, we will disengage from the border. So in October 2024, there was a meeting where disengagement was finally announced, and we will implement this October 2024 disengagement agreement. That was also announced. And other than that, nothing more special. I mean, same things which you expect. And this, Kailash Mansarovar route, Kailash Mansarovar you can visit through 2 passes. You can visit through the Nathula Pass, and you can also visit it from the Lipu Lake Pass, which is in Uttarakhand. Lipu Lake Pass, Lipulekh. So you can visit Kailash Mansarovar from 2 areas, Nathula and Lipu Lake Pass in Uttarakhand. Recently, scientific aptitude assessment exercise under the Jigyasa program has been conducted. Jigyasa program was launched by which organization? Jigyasa is a program that was launched by CSIR, and you know that CSIR works under the Ministry of Science and Technology. So what is Jigyasa program? Jigyasa program was started in 2017 by CSIR. So sometimes it is also known as CSIR Jigyasa program, and it promotes curiosity and scientific temperament in the children. So what do they do? Well, the objective is to extend the classroom learning by focusing on well-planned research laboratory-based learning for school students. So what do they do is they make the students of, for example, the Kendriya Vidyalaya, Navodaya Vidyalaya in India, and all these good schools, they make them visit the CSIR laboratories. And there are a lot of CSIR laboratories. So the CSIR laboratories, they collaborate with the Kendriya Vidyalaya, Navodaya Vidyalaya, with all these, and students, they get first-hand knowledge they visit research laboratories of CSIR, right? They visit research laboratory. Now, the students usually are from 11 to 18 years of age, that is from class 6 to class 12. From class 6 to class 12, that is what happens in the Jigyasa program. Recently, scientific aptitude assessment exercise was done where the students they gathered in the 37 laboratories of CSIR and they took part in scientific demonstration, scientific experiments to basically get motivated. To get motivated. Is that clear? Who among the following was awarded Bahrain's Medal of Efficiency, first class? So this is a medal given by the country Bahrain, and Bahrain again is a Middle Eastern country, Gulf country. So Dr. Ravi Pillai. Dr. Ravi Pillai is a businessman and he is the chairman of the Dubai-based RP group of companies. He was given this award. Now this is the Bahrain's highest national award and it recognizes those individuals who have made exceptional contribution in Bahrain's progress and development. And he is the first foreign person to receive this award. Right? Now his company, RP group of companies, employs 1,26,000 people, right? And his company has a turnover of $12 billion. So he is one of the richest people, Indians in the Middle East. So he was given Bahrain's Medal of Efficiency. Who has become FIDE World Rapid Champion? Koneru Hampi from India has become World Rapid Champion. This is a huge achievement for her. She has been a very good player for a long time now and playing for almost more than 25 years. This is her second World Rapid title. She won it earlier in 2019 also. So she has become the World Rapid Champion for second time. And FIDE World Rapid Championship happened recently in New York. Now, you should also know the winner of the men's section. Who won the tournament in the men's section? So who is the World Rapid Champion in the men's section? It is Volodar Murzin from Russia. Just 18 years old. Volodar Murzin from Russia. He is the World Rapid Champion at just age of 18 years. And Koneru Hampi, she is an Indian chess grandmaster and she is from Andhra Pradesh. She is also the winner of Arjuna Award and Padma Shri Award. Which state government has signed MOU with Japan's Yamanashi Prefecture for industrial cooperation, tourism and vocational education? The answer is UP. So government of Uttar Pradesh will work closely with the Japanese state of Yamanashi. Prefecture means state. With work closely. So Japan will help UP in various things. There will be industrial cooperation, tourism and vocational education. And the relations between UP and Japan, they go back long ways. So the relations began in 752 AD. There was an Indian monk called Bodhisena. He visited Japan and he established a Buddha statue at the Todaiji temple. Todaiji temple is located in Nara city of Japan, which is famous for deers. So, the relations between Uttar Pradesh and Yamanashi are very old. In fact, in Yamanashi state, there is a area which is called Nishikasai. And this is known as mini India because more than 40,000 Indians, they live in Nishikasai. So the relations between UP and Yamanashi are very old and both will collaborate now. Which state government has announced formation of an artificial intelligence task force to adopt technology-driven governance in order to keep the state in leading position in social and economic development? Artificial intelligence task force will be created by the government of Gujarat. AI task force will be by the government of Gujarat. And what they will do essentially, so this task force will help in adoption of AI in governance in Gujarat in different fields like education, healthcare, infrastructure. It will help in all of that. So the answer is Gujarat. Boxing Federation of India has announced that India will host the World Boxing Cup final and the third edition of World Boxing Congress also in November 2025. In which city? So both of these will take place in New Delhi. In New Delhi. Now, which is the official body of boxing in the world? We simply call it World Boxing. And it is headquartered in Lausanne in Switzerland. Lausanne in Switzerland. So the World Boxing Congress as well as World Boxing Cup final will take place in India. And this World Boxing final, why I'm writing here final? Because the World Boxing Cup will take place in different countries. The World Boxing Cup will start in Brazil, then it will take place in Germany, then it will take place in Kazakhstan, but the finale will take place in New Delhi. That is why I'm writing final. Wildlife Institute of India, which is in Dehradun, it is preparing to execute India's first fishing cat collaring project at the Koringa Wildlife Sanctuary. Where is Koringa Wildlife Sanctuary? Now, fishing cat is an animal. You can see this is a fishing cat, and fishing cat is the state animal of West Bengal. Now, the number of fishing cat is increasing tremendously in the Koringa Wildlife Sanctuary, and we want to do the collaring. Collaring simply means you put a radio collar on the animal so that you can track the movements of the animal. Wherever the animal goes, you get to know. The answer is Andhra. Koringa Wildlife Sanctuary is located in Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh. And there is a company Vedanta which is based in Yanam in Andhra. They have given the money for the project, 74 lakh rupees as a part of CSR. So collaring project will study the fishing cat's home range, behavior, habitat, ecology, feeding habits, and space use, right? And fishing cat, what is the IUCN status? It is vulnerable. IUCN status is vulnerable. And Koringa Wildlife Sanctuary is a part of the Godavari estuary, and it is located at a place where the Koringa River meets into the Bay of Bengal. It is located in the Kakinada district of Andhra. Kakinada in Andhra. Very important wildlife sanctuary. Koringa Wildlife Sanctuary is also famous for olive ridley turtles. It is a breeding ground for olive ridley turtles also. AAP Supremo Arvind Kejriwal, the former Chief Minister of Delhi, currently it is Atishi Marlena. So Arvind Kejriwal has launched the Pujari Granthi Samman Yojana. Under the scheme, all the Hindu temple priests, the Pujari, and the Granthis of the Gurudwara, they will be paid a monthly income of how much? So it will be like an honorarium from the government side. So it will be 18,000 rupees, but only if Aam Aadmi Party returns to power for the third time in a row. Now, Aam Aadmi Party has been ruling Delhi for the last 10 years. So this is Pujari Granthi Samman Yojana. Pujari Granthi Samman Yojana. And let me also tell you that he also launched a scheme recently called Sanjeevani Yojana. Sanjeevani Yojana to provide free medical treatment to all the senior citizens who are aged 60 and above in the hospitals in Delhi. And there is no amount limit. Like in Ayushman Bharat, you have 5 lakh limit. In Sanjeevani Yojana, there is no amount limit. And they will receive complimentary or free of cost medical care in Delhi if their age is 60 or more. 60 or more. Which of the following state government has launched a new citizen-centric initiative which is called SWAR? SWAR. SWAR. SWAR full form is Speech and Written Analysis Resource. So SWAR platform has been recently launched by Mr. Bhupender Patel. He is the Chief Minister of Gujarat. The answer is Gujarat. The answer is Gujarat. SWAR platform was launched on the occasion of 25th of December, which is celebrated as the Good Governance Day. It is celebrated as the Good Governance Day. Now, SWAR platform will use which technology? It will use Bhashini technology, which is a language translation platform of the Ministry of Electronics and IT. So SWAR is actually based on Bhashini, right? So the government of Gujarat, they collaborated with the Ministry of Electronics and IT's Bhashini division, and they developed the SWAR platform. So what will SWAR do? SWAR has speech to text functionality. So the citizens of Gujarat, they can dictate their messages instead of typing them manually. It will help in various things. For example, if the citizens of Gujarat, they want to file a grievance. Now they don't need to type the long grievances. They can simply record it and the speech will be converted to text. So the speech to text feature has been integrated on the Gujarat government's website. And Bhashini, Bhashini was launched when? So Bhashini was launched in July 2022 by the Ministry of Electronics and IT, and it was launched under the National Language Technology Mission. So what can Bhashini do? Bhashini can provide technology-based translation services in all the 22 scheduled Indian languages, right? And government of Gujarat, they have also made for the first time in India artificial intelligence task force. Now the job of this task force will be to make sure that AI is well integrated into the local governance. And Gujarat has created the 34th district also. They carved it out from Banaskantha, and it is called, what is the name? Vav Tharad. Vav Tharad is the 34th district of Gujarat as we know it, right? And Gujarat government, they have also created an atlas on wolves. So there are a lot of wolves in Gujarat and we want to conserve them. So they have launched it recently. Keel laying ceremony of the third cadet training ship called Yard 18005 was held. The contract for indigenous design and construction of three cadet training ships was concluded between the Ministry of Defense and which company? So which company was given the contract by the Ministry of Defense to construct cadet training ships which are used for training of the cadets? So there was a contract for three cadet training ship that was given to Larsen and Toubro. So the answer is Larsen and Toubro. Larsen and Toubro. Also don't forget, there is a company called Mazago Dock Shipbuilder. We call it MDL. This is a company, Mazago Dock Shipbuilder. It has got a contract from the Indian Coast Guard to manufacture 14 fast patrol vessels. Fast patrol, which are used for patrolling, for surveillance. Fast patrol vessels. Fast patrol vessels. Make sense? And of course, the Indian Coast Guard, they recently did an exercise called SAREX, Search and Rescue Exercise, SAREX 24, and it was done in Kochi in Kerala. It was done in Kochi in Kerala. Recently, which team has won their first ever Pro Kabaddi League title after defeating Patna Pirates in the final? You remember CII, Confederation of Indian Industry, they recently declared Pro Kabaddi League title as the tournament of the year. I mean, what they wanted to say was this is the best sports league in India, right? So Haryana Steelers, they won their first Kabaddi League title and they defeated Patna Pirates in the final. The champion team got award of 3 crore and the team that finished second, so Haryana Steelers got 3 crore and Patna Pirates, they finished the runners up. They were awarded 1.8 crore rupees. Now last year, if you remember, Puneri Paltans were the champion. The team from Pune, Puneri Paltan, and they defeated Haryana Steelers last year. But this time Haryana Steelers has won it. Now Pro Kabaddi League started in India in 2014 and it is broadcast on Star Sports. So there are a lot of teams which have won it 2 times. For example, Jaipur Pink Panthers, they have won it twice. And there are a lot of teams. There is Dabang Delhi, Puneri Paltan, Bengal Warrior, Bengaluru Bulls. I mean, there are a lot of teams in Pro Kabaddi League. Now, Mohammad Raza Shadlui, he was awarded the most valuable player of the season, right? So he is from Iran and the Iranian won the best defender award for 82 tackle point, and Patna Pirates Devang Lal, he won the best raider trophy with 301 raid points. So most valuable player and best defender was Mohammad Raza Shadlui from Iran. Sports Authority of Andhra Pradesh, they have launched a first of its kind mobile app to improve sports management across the state. What is the name of this mobile app? The name of this mobile app is called Krida. The answer is option C, Krida. See, basically Krida is a Hindi word which means sports, khel kood, you know. So Krida app is designed, it's a one-stop solution for all the sports related matter. It will allow the sports person to update their profile. It will allow the government to track the performance of sports person. It will generate achievement certificates through, you know, it will be integrated with DigiLocker. So you can keep your sports certificate in the DigiLocker. And it will also issue sports quota certificates, you know. It will also track the coach's performance. So multi-purpose app. And don't forget, there is a place in Andhra called Nagaya Lanka where we are developing a missile testing range. Who among the following has become the Director General of CRPF? Now look, CRPF works under the Ministry of Home Affairs and it is the largest paramilitary force of India. So the answer is Vitul Kumar. Senior IPS officer Vitul Kumar has become the Director General of CRPF. He takes over from Anish Dayal Singh. Now CRPF, it was established in 1939. That time it was known as Crown Representative Police. But in 1949, its name was changed to CRPF. It is the largest paramilitary force of India. Mizoram government, they have entered into a memorandum of understanding with its partner banks, State Bank of India, Mizoram Rural Bank and Mizoram Cooperative Apex Bank for disbursement of loans under which scheme. So if you are in Mizoram, you can take the loan from these three banks which are mentioned here, and this is Bana Kai scheme. Bana Kai or hand holding scheme. So what is this scheme about? See, Mizoram Rural Bank is a regional rural bank in Mizoram and it is sponsored by State Bank of India, then State Bank of India Mizoram branches and Mizoram Cooperative Apex Bank. Now look, Mizoram Cooperative Apex Bank is again, it is a urban cooperative bank. It is a urban cooperative bank. So Bana Kaiya is basically a scheme. It's a flagship scheme, Bana Kaiya. It is started in Mizoram to promote self-reliance and economic growth. So this scheme offers financial support, through loans from these three partner banks, and government acts as a guarantor. Now, for those who repay their loans regularly, the government will offer interest subvention of up to 100%. Right? So, for example, if you have taken a loan under Bana Kaiya and you pay the loan on time, then up to 100% of waiver will be given on the interest rate. So, you have to pay only the principal amount. Interest rate will be taken care of by the government. Right? So, a lot of competitions are also organized under Bana Kaiya Innovation Challenge. And it's a very, basically the idea of the scheme is to provide financial support and assistance to small entrepreneurs and farmers. Small entrepreneurs and farmers, right? So this scheme was started when? This scheme was launched Bana Kaiya on 19th of September 2024 and it has been started for 5 years. So the main feature of the scheme is that the small entrepreneurs, Bana Kaiya, the small entrepreneurs and farmers, they will get collateral free loan, and if they pay back the loan on time, they will get interest free loan. So they don't even have to pay interest, collateral free, interest free loan. And how much loan you can take through these three partner banks? You can take up to 50 lakh rupees of loan, up to 50 lakh rupees of loan. And if you pay the loan on time, you get interest subvention of up to 100% on your interest. Make sense? That is Bana Kaiya for you. Who among the following has made history by becoming the youngest female in the world to scale all the highest peaks on each of the 7 continents? Each of the 7 continents. So 7 continents, every continent has a highest peak. For example, in Asia, it is Mount Everest. In Europe, it is Mount Elbrus. The answer is Kamya Karthikeyan. Kamya Karthikeyan, and she is the daughter of a Navy officer. She is just 17 years old. So she has scaled Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania, which is the highest African peak, Mount Elbrus, which is highest in Europe, Mount Kosciuszko in Australia, South America's highest continent, Mount Aconcagua, North America's Mount Denali, which is in Alaska, and Mount Everest, and now Mount Vincent also in Antarctica. So she has scaled all the highest peaks of the 7 continents. And she was given Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Shakti Puruskar in 2021. She has won many awards. So these are the highest peaks. Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania, Mount Elbrus in Europe and Russia, Mount Kosciuszko in Australia, Mount Aconcagua in South America, it is in Argentina, and then we have Mount Denali, which is in Alaska in USA. Alaska is a part of USA, and Mount Everest in Asia, and Mount Vincent in Antarctica. So the last one she scaled is Mount Vincent in Antarctica. Which of the following state government has declared Rath Saptami, also known as Sun God Festival, as a state festival for 3 days at Shri Surya Narayana Swami Temple? So this festival has been declared as a state festival. This is celebrated in Andhra Pradesh. The answer is option C. The Rath Saptami festival, and this is to celebrate the birthday of Sun God. And this temple is located in Srikakulam in Andhra, Shri Surya Narayan Swami Temple. It is located in Srikakulam in Andhra. Another news. So there is a Telugu university that will be created by the Andhra government. Andhra government has said that they will set up a Telugu university and they will name it after the great freedom fighter of India, Shri Potti Shri Ramullu, right? Because he made a lot of sacrifices for the Telugu people. He was also known as Amar Jeevi. Amar Jeevi is an immortal person who will live forever. So he was born in 1901. He died in 1952. He is an Indian freedom fighter and he played a pivotal role in the creation of Andhra state. So he advocated for a Telugu speaking state separate from Madras, and he kept a fast for 56 days, and Andhra was created. So he was a great person, and his name, Sri Ram Mamullu, in his name there will be a Telugu University that will be set up. Kho Federation of India, they have announced that there is a Kho World Cup that is taking place in India in 2025. So who has been made the co-brand ambassador? So two people have been made a brand ambassador. Earlier it was Salman Khan. Now it is Tiger Shroff also. So the answer is Tiger Shroff. So Tiger Shroff and Salman Khan, they both will be the brand ambassadors. So 40 teams will participate from 24 countries in this World Cup. It will be for men and women both. Kho, is an indigenous game of India. It is an indigenous game of India. So it's a huge honor for us. And it will take place in New Delhi. The location will be New Delhi for Kho World Cup. The president of Kho Federation of India is Sudhanshu Mittal. Sudhanshu Mittal. Where it will take place in Delhi? So it will take place in the Indira Gandhi Indoor Stadium. Indira Gandhi Indoor Stadium. Karnataka government has issued an order to celebrate Computer Data Entry Operators Day every year. So Computer Data Entry Operators Day will be celebrated in Karnataka every year on which day? So it will be the birthday of Charles Babbage, who is known as the father of computer. The answer is Charles Babbage. It will be celebrated on 26th of December. 26th of December. Charles Babbage, he was a British, he was born in London, and he is known as father of the computer, and he is given the credit for discovering the computers. Denmark Strait Cataract holds the distinction of being the largest waterfall on the earth. It is situated in the underwater channel between which two countries? It was in news recently. It is located between Iceland and Greenland. The answer is Iceland and Greenland. So basically, it is the largest waterfall on the earth, and it is situated between Iceland and Greenland. This is a discovery, and basically it drops an astonishing 11,500 feet, which is 3,500 meters. Imagine a waterfall dropping 3,500 meters. So, but this waterfall drops from the summit to the ocean floor. Summit to the ocean floor. So do remember its name. And recently they said that it was formed during the Ice Age, and a lot of research was done. So Denmark Strait Cataract is an underwater giant. It defies all the laws of physics and waterfalls, and it is the largest waterfall on the earth. It is situated in the underwater channel between Iceland and Greenland. So between Iceland and Greenland. As per the recently released Association for Democratic Reforms report, analysis of current chief ministers from 28 states and 3 union territories of India, who is the richest chief minister of India? The richest chief minister of India is Chandrababu Naidu. He is the chief minister of Andhra Pradesh, and his party is the Telugu Desam party. Here you can see Chandrababu Naidu. His total wealth is around 931 crore. Pema Khandu, the chief minister of Arunachal Pradesh. So he is the second richest. His wealth is around 332 crore. And Siddaramaiah, Karnataka, chief minister, his wealth is 51 crore plus. So these are the 3 richest chief ministers of India. What about the poorest? So Mamata Banerjee is the poorest. Her wealth is just 15 lakh rupees. That's it. And second poorest is Umar Abdullah. His wealth is only 55 lakh rupees. And third poorest is Pinarayi Vijayan of Kerala. His wealth is barely 1 crore. So these are the 3 poorest, right? Now, Association for Democratic Reforms is a very respected organization, right? And Association of Democratic Reforms, which gave this report, came into being in 1999. So this organization, works for reforming our democracy. In fact, this organization, ADR, they filed a PIL also, public interest litigation, in the Delhi High Court, saying that all the people who are contesting the elections should disclose whether they have criminal cases, or whether they have, they should disclose their finances, their education background. And finally, in 2003, the Supreme Court of India made it mandatory for all the candidates who are contesting the elections to disclose their criminal, financial, and educational background. You should also see the chief ministers with declared criminal cases state-wise, right? So there are a lot of Indian, chief ministers who have criminal cases against them. So here you can see that the chief minister with the maximum number of criminal cases against him is actually from Telangana. Second highest is Tamil Nadu and third highest is Andhra. So Telangana Chief Minister, he has, so many cases against him. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister and then Andhra, these three. In fact, out of the all the chief ministers, 13 chief ministers have criminal cases and 10 chief ministers have serious criminal cases. Serious criminal case means murder, bribery, kidnapping. Now, two chief ministers in India are billionaires whose wealth is more than 100 crore. Their names I've already told you. And the average assets of Indian chief ministers is 52.59 crore. This is the average assets of the chief ministers of India. What about the education? So you can see that 10 chief ministers of India are graduates, 9 are postgraduates, one is diploma holder, 2 are doctorate, 5 are graduate professionals, and 12th pass are 3 and 10th pass is 1. There are only 2 female chief ministers in India, Atishi Marlena of Delhi and Mamata Banerjee of West Bengal. And you can also see the age group. So most of the chief ministers of India, they belong to the age group 51 to 60. 51 to 60. So like that, lot of data they have given about the chief ministers of India. Scientists at which institute, they have developed a shockwave based needle-free syringe that ensures painless drug delivery, reducing the skin damage and the risk of infection. So you have a painless injection, shockwave based needle-free syringe, and it will ensure painless drug delivery. It has been created by IIT Bombay. So the shock syringe uses high energy shock waves to deliver the drugs through the skin without the need for needles. So a shock wave is a pressure wave that moves faster than sound. And what are they calling it? They are calling it shock syringe. Shock syringe. And it has been developed by the Department of Aerospace Engineering of IIT Bombay. Right? Now, how does it work? Well, it releases pressurized nitrogen gas. It generates a microjet that travels at speed twice as that of a commercial plane. So these shock waves, they travel very, very fast to the skin. And these can be very useful for Mission Indradhanush and other initiatives of the government of India where they are immunizing the children. Which of the following company has recently launched the BD475-2 dozer, India's largest and most advanced crawler dozer designed for heavy duty tasks? So this is what you call a dozer. It's a machine that is used to lift sand and all these things, very similar to a JCB. It has been developed by Bharat Earth Movers Limited, which is a public sector company, works under the Ministry of Defense. And mainly it manufactures tanks for the Indian Army. So it also has a very powerful 950 horsepower engine. So it has been developed by Bharat Earth Movers Limited in-house team. It is called BD475-2 dozer. Where are they manufacturing this dozer? They are manufacturing it in their factory, which is in Kolar district of Karnataka. Kolar, which is famous for KGF, the Kolar Goldfields. Right? That is the place where they are manufacturing it. ISRO recently achieved another milestone with the successful launch of the PSLV C-60 rocket, carrying the space docking experiment SPEDX. This mission deployed 2 spacecraft, SDX-01 and SDX-02, also referred to as what and what. First of all, you understand what is the meaning of docking. See, if you want to have something very big in the space, then it is not possible to send it in one go. So you send it in various modules. Let's say this is module 1 and this is module 2. Let them both reach the space and make them join in the space. That is called docking. So what ISRO wants to do, they have sent this SDX-01 and this is SDX-02, and they both will be joined to create one large module in the space. Right? So now what is the name of both of these spacecrafts which have been launched by ISRO as a part of PSLV C-60 rocket? It is called Chaser and Target. So SDX-01 is called Chaser and SDX-02 is called Target. And this rocket was launched from Satish Dhawan Space Center, which is in Sriharikota. And it was the 99th launch from Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh. And this is the first docking mission of ISRO. Because later on, they want to have our own space station, which is called Bharatiya Antariksh Station. We want to have it by 2035. and in this we will send multiple modules, so they will need to dock. So if this experiment is successful, we will be able to demonstrate our capability for docking. Now both of these, SDX01 and SDX02, that is chaser and target, what is their weight? So their weight individually is 220 kg. Both are 220 kg. SPADEX A and SPADEX B, they both are 220 kg. 220 kg. And also, what other things were launched along with them? So there is an experimental module which is called POEM4. Let me show you. So this is how the flight will take place, and many things are a part of it. So SPADEX, let me tell you more about it. Space docking experiment, in short SPADEX. It is basically designed to develop and demonstrate the technology which is needed for spacecraft meeting each other, that is rendezvous, docking and undocking using two small satellites. So the main objective is to demonstrate the technology for docking using two small spacecrafts, and that is spacecraft A and B, and their weight individually is 220 kg. Apart from that, this rocket will also carry POEM4 experimental module. What is POEM4? PSLV, orbital experimental module, in short POEM. POEM, POEM, POEM4. So this is experimental module. And how many payloads are a part of POEM4? So in POEM4, there are 14 payloads by ISRO. There are 14 payloads by ISRO, right? And there are 10 payloads by private companies or private agencies. Okay, private agencies or private institutions or other institutions, basically 10. So it is carrying 24 payloads, 14 by ISRO itself and 10 by other agencies or institutions. As per recently released results of Household Consumption Expenditure Survey for the financial year 24 by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, the average monthly per capita consumption expenditure in rural India, this is monthly per capita consumption expenditure, has been estimated to be how much? Very detailed question. So let me explain. Basically what they want to say is that in the rural India and in the urban India, in the rural India, urban India, how much is the money that one person on an average will spend every month? That is called average monthly per capita consumption expenditure, or MPCE. MPCE is in rural India and in urban India. So both are different. In rural it is different, in urban it is different. In rural it is 4,122 rupees. The answer is option C. 4,122. Right? So this was a very long and comprehensive survey which is done by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. So what are the major findings? And what is it in the urban area? So in the rural area, on an average, people spend 4,122 per month. What about the urban area? It is 6,996 rupees. 6,996 rupees. Understood? Now this I am saying without imputation. What is without imputation means? So there are two figures, one is with imputation and one is without imputation. This is without. Imputation means, so these people are also getting the benefit of lot of government schemes, social welfare programs, and there is a cost of that. So you add that, then it becomes with imputation. Okay, so there are two figures. If you take with imputation, for example, let's say Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, where you are getting a free LPG cylinder. So that LPG cylinder also cost money. So if you add that, so imputed value of items which is received free of cost through various social welfare program, that is also an expenditure, right? If a person in the rural area or urban area is getting a free cylinder, that is also an expenditure. So you can add that also in the monthly per capita consumption expenditure. Then this value increases slightly. For rural it becomes 4247 and for urban it becomes 7078. 7078, right? So the average MPCE without imputation and with imputation, both you should know. Here you can see in the table the latest one, financial year 24, right? Household Consumption Expenditure Survey, rural 4122, urban 6996, and with imputation it is 4247 and 7078. Then you can see the average monthly expenditure, per capita expenditure in different states of India in the rural areas. Now tell me, which is the state of India where the rural expenditure is the highest? So it is Sikkim. Sikkim is the answer. Sikkim is the answer, right? In Sikkim, on an average, a citizen of Sikkim spends 9,377 in the rural areas. This is monthly, and urban 13,927 rupees. So the monthly per capita expenditure is highest in India in Sikkim in both the rural areas and the urban areas. What about the lowest? So it is lowest in Chhattisgarh. It is lowest in Chhattisgarh in both the rural and the urban areas. A person in Chhattisgarh will spend only 2,739 rupees in the rural area every month and urban 4,927. What about the Union Territories? So in the Union Territory, the monthly per capita expenditure is highest in Chandigarh in both the rural and the urban area. In rural, it is 8,857 rupee. In urban, it is 13,425 rupees. What about the lowest? So in among the Union Territory, it is lowest in the rural areas. It is lowest in Dadra Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu, where it is 4,311, and in the urban area it is Jammu Kashmir, where it is 6,327 rupees. And what about the difference between the rural urban difference in expenditure in MPCE, monthly expenditure? Rural urban difference is the highest in Meghalaya. It is 104%. 104%, right? This is the difference in the rural and urban expenditure. This is the highest. Second highest is in Jharkhand, 83%, and third highest is in Chhattisgarh, which is 80%. Which is 80%, right? So this is a very handy data. Here you can see for urban areas, the average monthly expenditure, and I've already told you that again it is Sikkim, which has the highest monthly expenditure per capita. Now, there is some more data which is given in this report, which is about the consumption pattern or consumption behavior of the Indian household. Where are they spending? So the non-food items are the major expenditure in both the rural and the urban areas, right? Across all the states and union territory. So in the rural area, 53% of the expenditure is in non-food items, and in the urban areas, 60% of the monthly expenditure is in the non-food items. In the non-food item. So what happens? What comes under non-food item? Well, clothing, bedding and footwear, conveyance, transport, India's first glass bridge over sea has been inaugurated at which location? India's first glass bridge has been inaugurated over the sea in Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu. Kanyakumari district, in exact place Kanyakumari. Now you can see what is this? You must be knowing about the 133 feet tall Saint Tiruvalluvar statue. Saint Tiruvalluvar statue. Saint Tiruvalluvar from Tamil Nadu wrote the book called Tirukkural. Tirukkural and Vivekanand Rock Memorial. So this glass bridge connects the Vivekanand Rock Memorial and the Saint Tiruvalluvar statue. Saint Tiruvalluvar statue. So the glass bridge is 77 meter long. It is 10 meter wide and 133 feet high above the ground, right? So it will boost tourism. It will allow the tourists to enjoy a walk between two landmarks. And it has been constructed at a cost of 37 crore rupees. 37 crore rupees. We are also celebrating the silver jubilee of Saint Tiruvalluvar statue, which is now renamed as Statue of Wisdom. So M.K. Stalin, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, said that this is Statue of Wisdom. Also, we are setting up the first ever Tiruvalluvar Cultural Center in Singapore. First ever Tiruvalluvar Cultural Center will be set up in Singapore to spread the teachings of the great Saint Tiruvalluvar. And even Tiruvalluvar statue is like very tall. It is 41 meter or 133 feet tall, right? So this statue was sculpted by V. Ganpati Sthapati. V. Ganpati Sthapati, and it was installed on 1st of January 2000, and now it is 1st of January 2025. So we are celebrating the silver jubilee. And Vivekanand Rock Memorial, it was built in 1970 to honor Swami Vivekanand, who is said to have attained enlightenment at this place. So these are the two main attractions in Kanyakumari. Jimmy Carter, the winner of the 2022 Nobel Prize, he passed away. He was the 39th president of which country? He was the 39th president of United States of America. He was 100 years old. So he passed away in his hometown in Georgia. He was known for his strong moral values and humanitarian work. So he was one-time president, but he made a lot of global peace efforts. So he was a Nobel Peace Prize winner also. He was born in Georgia itself, and he received Grammy Award also. Jimmy Carter, or James Earl Carter was his full name, and he was an American politician. He was a businessman. He was a peanut farmer. He also graduated from US Naval Academy, so he worked in US Navy also. He was he is the longest living USA president. So he lived 100 years. No US president has lived 100 years. And he was also the winner of Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace, Disarmament and Development in 1997. He was also the winner of Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the highest civilian award of America. He won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2002. He won the Grammy Award for 2016 and 2019. He won Grammy Award twice. Union Cabinet has chaired and approved continuation of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana and another scheme which is called Restructured Weather-Based Crop Insurance Scheme till which year? Both of these schemes will continue till the end of the financial year 26. You can call it the end of financial year 26. You can also call it 31st March 2026, or you can call it 2025-26. And how much money will be spent? So by the way, the outlay is 69,515.71 crore, and it started from financial year 22 and it will end in the financial year 26. So this decision will greatly help the farmers. Right? And how much premium a farmer has to pay in the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana? It is a crop insurance scheme, and like any insurance scheme, they have to pay a premium. So for Kharif crops, if they are growing Kharif crops, it is 2%. If they are growing Rabi crops, it is 1.5%. And if it is a horticultural crop like fruits, vegetables, spices, any of these, then it is as high as 5%. So this is the premium that they need to pay. Now, what are those schemes? What are those schemes? I'll tell you about that. Let us see one by one. Now, in addition to these two schemes, there is something more that has been launched, which is called Fiat. But let me tell you a little bit about this scheme, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana was launched in 2016, and this is a scheme by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, right? So basically it provides insurance coverage and financial support to the farmers in case there is a failure of any crop due to natural calamity like floods and drought and even pests, even diseases. So if a farmer loses the crop, then they will be much more comfortable because they will be paid by the government. The damages they will be paid, right? So that is that scheme. Now one more scheme I told you, which will also be continued, that is restructured weather-based crop insurance scheme. Now this scheme was also started in 2016, and this is to safeguard the farmers against any financial losses because of unfavorable weather conditions. Unfavorable weather condition like temperature, humidity, wind, any unfavorable weather condition. In Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, it is mainly because of any natural calamity or any pest or diseases. In restructured weather-based crop insurance scheme, it is mainly crop damage or financial losses caused by unfavorable weather conditions, right? So this scheme also covers a lot of crops, a range of crops like food crops, oil seeds, commercial or horticulture crops. So both the schemes will be expanded. Now, one more thing has been launched, which is called Fund for Innovation and Technology. So let's read about it. For large-scale technology infusion and implementation of the scheme, leading to increasing transparency and claim calculation and settlement. Now you know that in Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana and restructured weather-based crop insurance scheme, there is a lot of calculation that we need to do. For example, we have to estimate the losses of the farmers and all those things. So union government wants to do it in a transparent manner, in an accountable manner. So the Union Cabinet has approved the creation of something called as a fund which is called Fiat. And how much money will be put in this fund? 824 crore rupees. So this fund will be utilized for two things. Number one, Yes Tech, and number two, winds. Now let's take a look at what are these technological innovations, Yes Tech and wind. First, Yes Tech. Yield estimation system using technology. Very easy to understand. Yield estimation system using technology. It uses satellite technology, remote sensing technology, geospatial technology for yield estimation with minimum 30% weightage to technology based yield estimates. Now 9 major states of India, they are using Yes technology already, and other states, they are also being onboarded expeditiously, which means in a speedy manner. Currently, Yes Tech system is being enabled for calculation of the farmer's yield in 9 states of India. These 9 states are AP, Assam, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka. Now, with wider implementation of Yes Tech, the crop cutting experiments and related issues will be gradually phased out. Under Yes Tech, the claim calculation and settlement has been done for the financial year 24, and Madhya Pradesh is one state which has adopted 100% technology-based yield estimation. So, yield estimation will be done using Yes Tech. Second thing is WINDS, which stands for Weather Information and Network Data Systems. Now, WINDS is a technology that will give you automatic weather input. So it will set up automatic weather stations at the block level and automatic rain gauge at the panchayat level. Automatic rain gauge simply means that they will tell you automatically in real time what is the rainfall. So implementation of WINDS has started from the current financial year. Right, and winds, again, 9 major states of India, they are implementing winds, and other states will also adopt winds very soon. Now, if we have to adopt this technology, Yes Tech and winds, we need money. That money will come from the fund called Fund for Innovation and Technology. And Fund for Innovation and Technology will provide money that will be funding these technologies, Yes Tech and winds. And also, Yes Tech and winds will be very helpful in implementation of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, and Yes Tech and winds will be useful for implementing Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana and restructured weather-based crop insurance scheme. As per recent information, which of the following dates has been designated to commemorate and observe Lokpal Day on an annual basis? So Government of India has decided that we will be celebrating the Lokpal Day, right? So Lokpal is your like corruption ombudsman, and Lokpal recently had a meeting and they said that we will celebrate 16th of January every year as the Lokpal Day. And by the way, 16th of January is also the National Startup Day. So I hope you will not get confused between the two. And who is the Lokpal of India? Who is the chairman of Lokpal? It is A.M. Khanwilkar. Justice A.M. Khanwilkar, the judge of the Supreme Court. Now, the chairman of the Lokpal and other members of the Lokpal, right? So basically, what is Lokpal? See, in Lokpal, you have a chairman and you have 6 members. Now, chairman and 6 members, they can serve, they are appointed for a period of 5 years or till they are 70 years of age, whichever is earlier. Now, who was the first chairperson of the Lokpal? Justice Pinaki Chandra Ghosh. He became the chairman of the Lokpal in 2019 and currently it is A.M. Khanwilkar. A.M. Khanwilkar. So Lokpal is the anti-corruption ombudsman that monitors the corruption and maladministration of the official bodies. Is that clear? So currently we have a chairman and 6 members in the Lokpal. Is that clear? So the body consists of presently chairman and 6 members. But how many maximum members can be there in a Lokpal? 8. So in a Lokpal, you have chairman plus maximum 8 members. Currently we have 6, but maximum they can be 8. And chairperson of a Lokpal is either a former judge of the Supreme Court or a former Chief Justice of India, right? Former Chief Justice of India. And 50% of the members of the Lokpal should be from SC, ST, OBC or minority or women. or women? Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, they have announced the National Sports Awards. Which of the following individual has not been named as a recipient of the Major Dhyanchand Khel Ratan Award? Now, Major Dhyanchand Khel Ratan Award is the highest award given in India to a sports person. Earlier, this award was known as Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratan, but its name was changed by PM Modi. So, who has not won it? PR Srijesh has not won it. Manu Bhakar, Harmanpreet Singh, Praveen Kumar, and of course, D. Gukesh. So, let me show you all the awards. Major Dhyanchand Khel Ratan Award, D. Gukesh, he has recently become the world chess champion. The tournament happened in Singapore. He defeated Chinese Ding Liren to become the world chess champion. Harmanpreet Singh is the captain of the Indian hockey team. Recently, he has been declared FIH Hockey Player of the Year. Praveen Kumar, Para Athletics. Praveen Kumar, Para Athletics. And Manu Bhakar, Shooting. She recently won 2 bronze medals in the shooting. So, these have won the Major Dhyanchand Khel Ratan. Now, Arjuna Award. Arjuna Award for outstanding performance in sports and game. So, Arjuna Award is given to that sports person who has been performing consistently for the last 4 years. So, you can see a lot of sports persons are here. Jyoti Araji in athletic, Annu Rani athletic, Neetu and Saviti boxing, Vantika Agarwal chess, Salima Tete, Abhishek, Sanjay, Jarmanpreet Singh, Sukhjit Singh from hockey. And then you have lot of para sports persons. So all of them are the winners of Arjuna Award. You have again lot of para sports person. You also have Sarabjot Singh from shooting, Swapnil Kusale from shooting, Abhay Singh from squash. So just take a look at all the sports persons. Now Arjuna Award lifetime. This is very interesting because this award was known as Major Dhyanchand Award for Lifetime Achievement. But to prevent the confusion with Major Dhyanchand Khel Ratan, the name has been changed to Arjuna Award Lifetime. Arjuna Award Lifetime. Earlier it was known as Dhyanchand Lifetime Achievement Award. It has been given to 2 people, Sucha Singh for athletics and Murlikant Petkar for para swimming. Murlikant Petkar for para swimming. In fact, on the life of Murlikant Petkar, we had a movie also called Chandu Champion, and his role was played by Kartik Aaryan. And Maulana Abul Kalam Azad Trophy will be given to the winner of the Khelo India University Games. So that was Chandigarh University. So Chandigarh University is the winner of Maulana Abul Kalam Azad Trophy, and Lovely Professional University was second, and Guru Nanak Dev University was third, that is second runner-up or third. So then we have the Dronacharya Award, which is given for outstanding coaches. In the regular category, Lifetime Achievement Award category. So the Dronacharya Award is also of 2 types. In the regular category, Subhash Rana for parachuting, Dipali Deshpande for shooting, and Sandeep Sangwan for hockey. And then we have for lifetime category S. Muralidharan for badminton and Mr. Armando Agnello for football. Then we have Rashtriya Khel Protsahan Puruskar, which is given to that sports organization which has done a lot to promote the sports in India at the grassroots level. So it was given to Physical Education Foundation of India. Physical Education Foundation of India, right? So Physical Education Foundation of India was the winner of Rashtriya Khel Protsahan Puruskar. Rashtriya Khel Protsahan Puruskar. Union Cabinet has approved the proposal of the Department of Fertilizer for extension of one-time special package for which of the following fertilizers beyond the nutrient-based subsidy scheme, and 3,500 rupees per metric ton of subsidy will be given for this fertilizer. This is diammonium phosphate. Diammonium phosphate. So diammonium phosphate is basically, it has nitrogen and it has phosphorus. It has nitrogen and phosphorus. Now look, we are already running a nutrient-based subsidy scheme. So nutrient-based subsidy scheme started in India from 1st of April 2010. Now here it is mainly for phosphorus and potassium fertilizers. So 28 types, 28 grades or 28 types of P and K fertilizer, they are made available to the farmers at subsidized prices. That is nutrient-based subsidy scheme for you. But now they have taken a decision that for diammonium phosphate, and diammonium phosphate, DAP, is the second most used fertilizer in India after urea. So diammonium phosphate has phosphorus and nitrogen, which are essential for plant growth. So these are essential nutrients, nitrogen and phosphorus. And for this, so over and above nutrient-based subsidy, there will be a relief to the farmers at 3,500 rupees per metric ton per metric ton of diammonium phosphate. This is the subsidy which has been approved by the government of India. And this subsidy will start from first day of the current year, that is 1st of January 2025. And there is no end date so far. So they have not told any end date. And government will spend how much amount on this? 3850 crore, approximately 3850 crore. And nutrient-based subsidy scheme is run by which ministry? Ministry of Chemical and Fertilizer. Ministry of Chemical and Fertilizer. Ministry of Defense, they have decided to celebrate which year as the year of reforms, to transform the armed forces into a technologically advanced combat-ready force. Combat-ready means ready for war. So 2025 has been declared by the Ministry of Defense as the year of reforms. As the year of reforms. A very important question also. The Ministry of Defense, what is their exports target? How many, first of all, how much export did we do in the financial year 24? So the latest data that is available is for financial year 24. Our exports were 21,083 crore. And what is our target now? So our target is 50,000 crore. Our target is 50,000 crore by when? By 2029. This is the latest target. Very, very important. Our target is 50,000 crore of defense exports by 2029. Also, don't forget that the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Defense, they came together to start a project called Veer Gatha. This was organized for the fourth time. Fourth time to instill the spirit of bravery and sacrifice of our armed forces people in the youth. So a lot of competitions are organized. Project Veer Gatha was started in 2021. This was the fourth edition. Gujarat government, they have created a new district. What is the name of this district? And they have created this district by dividing Banaskantha. So this is the 34th district of Gujarat. It is called Vav Tharad. Vav Tharad has been carved out from Banaskantha. It is the 34th district of Gujarat. Right? Last time in Gujarat, there were 7 districts that were created in 2013. So last 11 years, there is no new district in Gujarat that was created. But now they have created a district which is called Vav Tharad. Very important question. Also, there have been districts which have been created recently in Nagaland, for example, as you must be knowing. In Nagaland, Meluri. Meluri is the 17th district of Nagaland, created by dividing fake district. And of course, in Ladakh, 5 new districts are created. Which are the 5 new districts which have been created in Ladakh? Zanskar, Dras, Sham, Nubra and Changthang. Uttarakhand Forest Department, they have developed an ethnobotanical garden, Mahabharat Vatika, at which location? To showcase ecological and environmental knowledge in Mahabharata and grown 37 plant species which are mentioned in Mahabharata. Look, Mahabharata was written by Ved Vyas. In Mahabharata is an epic. Mahabharata is one of the most important Mahagranth of India. In Mahabharata, there are more than 1 lakh shlokas. And there are a lot of plants which are mentioned in Mahabharata, like Kovidar, Bargad, Peepal, Baheda, Am. I mean, lot of plants. There are 37 plant species. So they have set it up here. And it has been set up in Haldwani in Nainital. Haldwani in Nainital. Right? Very important. Also, the 38th National Games. 38th National Games this year, starting very soon in January 2025 in Uttarakhand. What is the mascot? So mascot is called Moli and it is a monal bird, and monal bird is basically the state bird of Uttarakhand. It is the state bird of Uttarakhand. So these games will take place from 28th of January to 14th of February. 28th of January to 14th of February. It will take place for approximately 17 days. Which of the following airline has introduced Wi-Fi internet connectivity services on both domestic and international flights, making it the first to offer Wi-Fi on flights within India? Now, if I ask you, which is the first airline to launch Wi-Fi in international flights in India, the answer was Vistara. But if I ask you which is the first airline to have Wi-Fi in both international and national flights, then the answer will be Air India. Answer will be Air India. So Air India has launched it in its all the flights, Wi-Fi internet connectivity in domestic and international, both the flights. Now Vistara was the first airline to offer Wi-Fi on international flights. On international flights. As recent information, Magnus Carlsen has shared the World Blitz Chess Championship title with which player? It is Jan Nepomniachtchi. Jan Nepomniachtchi is a Russian player and Magnus Carlsen, of course, is from Norway. So they both are the joint winners of the World Blitz Chess Championship. World Blitz Chess Championship, right? And who won it in the women's section? Zhu Wenjun of China. Zhu Wenjun of China is the winner in the women's section. She is the World Blitz Chess Champion in the women's section. Also, don't forget the name of Pranav Venkatesh. Pranav Venkatesh of India is the winner of Under 18 Rapid World Championship and Under 18 World Blitz Championship. Pranav Venkatesh, he has won both. He has won both. Cabinet has approved the signing of Memorandum of Understanding on trade of 1 million metric ton of non-basmati white rice with which country? So, we have signed an agreement. From India, it is the Ministry of Cooperation, and from that country, it is the Ministry of Trade. The answer is Indonesia. We will provide Indonesia with 1 million metric ton of non-basmati rice. We will export this much rice to Indonesia. From Indonesia, we buy a lot of palm oil. So we are one of the highest exporters, major exporters of agriculture products to Indonesia, but we import palm oil from Indonesia. Palm oil resources are not adequate in India, so we purchase it mainly from Indonesia and Malaysia. The duration of the MOU is 4 years. This agreement will be implemented by National Cooperative Exports Limited, which works under the Ministry of Cooperation. Ministry of Cooperation. Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, IIT Madras, it has announced a collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare on a project that aims to enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of the agricultural extension system through digitalization. What is the name of this project? This project is called Project Vistar. Project Vistar. The word Vistar is a Hindi word which means detail. Vistar. Detailed. So Project Vistar. And what is the full form of Vistar? Virtually integrated system. Let me quickly write it here. Virtually integrated system to access agricultural resources. Full form is at all not important. Okay. Virtually integrated system to access agricultural resources. So this is the full form of Vistar. And this initiative wants to enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of agriculture extension system through digitalization. So what do they want to do? Well, they want to help the farmers access the capabilities and offerings of agriculture startups. So I'll tell you what is Vistar about. How many agriculture startups are there in India? Any idea? So there are approximately 12,000 startups in India which are related to agriculture. And or farming or fishing, etc. Means agriculture and allied activities. 12,000 startups, right? So this platform Vistar will have the information about all the startups, So basically every farmer will have access to high quality data about all the startups. Farmers can integrate with these startups. For example, if there is a startup which is exporting organic fruits and vegetables abroad, if a farmer is growing organic vegetables and fruit, it can come into contact with that startup. Farmer will also get high quality advisory services on crop production, marketing, value addition, supply chain management. So these advisory services will be available on this platform for the farmers. That will also be there. And of course, 12,000 agriculture startups will be there. So it is more like a startup information platform. Startup information platform, right? Makes sense? So that is about it. And IIT Madras was also in news for a very specific reason. So IIT Madras basically, they have developed a 410-meter Hyperloop test track. Hyperloop test track. This is India's first Hyperloop test track. Look, Hyperloop can, the Hyperloop has a speed which is more than the bullet train. Bullet train speed is approximately 300 to 350 km per hour, something like that. But Hyperloop speed can be more than 600 or 700 kilometers an hour. So Hyperloop test track. So it was created by IIT Madras's Hyperloop team called Avishkar. Avishkar is the name of Hyperloop team of IIT Madras in collaboration with a startup called Tutor. Tutor, right? So Avishkar Hyperloop is a company dedicated to Hyperloop, and it is being incubated in IIT Madras. And Tutor Hyperloop is a company which again was incubated in IIT Madras. So they created a 11.5 kilometer test track for Hyperloop, and they want to expand it to 100 kilometer now. So government is planning Mumbai to Pune Hyperloop, and the distance between Mumbai to Pune will be covered in just 25 minutes, which currently takes 3 to 4 hours by a normal train. So this Hyperloop can achieve a speed of up to 1100 km an hour. That is how much efficient Hyperloop technology is. Is that clear? Let us move on. According to the recent annual report of the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, the claims ratio of non-life insurance company declined to how much percent for the financial year 2023-24. So now there is an annual report of IRDAI which has come, right? Annual report of IRDAI, it has come, and I will be covering this report separately on the YouTube channel or in my banking awareness video. Here I will tell you what is important from exam point of view. So annual report of IRDAI says what? Look, for the financial year 23, the claims ratio was 82.95%. And for financial year 24, it has reduced now to 82.52%. First of all, let's go step by step. Okay, what is the claims ratio? So claims ratio is calculated by dividing the total claims paid by the total premium. So total premium that all the companies of India put together, all the general insurance companies or non-life insurance companies, they collected, divided by total claims that they settled into 100. This is called claims ratio, and don't confuse it with claim settlement ratio. Claim settlement ratio is very simple. If a company has received 10 claims and they settled 8, so claim settlement ratio is 80%. That is completely different. Here, total claims settled divided by the total premiums into 100. So, if it is too much, let's say if it is more than 100, it shows what? It shows that all the insurance companies of India put together, they are making losses because they are collecting less premium and they are settling more claims. So claim settlement ratio should be around 80%. There is no ideal claims ratio, but it should not approach 100%. What if it is very less? Let's say there is a claims ratio of just 50%. Then what does it show? It shows that it should not be too low. 50% is very low because it shows that the insurance companies are making heavy profits. Because for every 100 rupee of premium that they are collecting, they are settling only 50 rupees worth of claims. So they are making heavy profit, and this is possible because they might be settling very less claims to make more profit. So this is also not healthy. This is also not healthy. Now let us take a look at the insurance business of India. How many insurance policies were issued in the financial year 24 in India? 36.5 crore. 36.5 crore is the total number of insurance policies that were issued in India. General insurance plus life insurance plus health insurance, include everything. How much premium was collected in India? How much premium was collected in India? So you can see 11 lakh 19,613 crore. So 11.19 lakh crore. 11.19 lakh crore. This is the total premium that was collected. Out of that, you can see most of the premium, approximately you can say 75% premium was collected by the life insurance company. So 8.2 lakh crore by life insurance, 1.72 lakh crore by the general insurance company, and health insurance is just 1.16 lakh crore. What about the total claims that were paid? 7.66 lakh crore. So total claims that were paid 7.66 lakh crore, right? So the ratio that I told you, total insurance premium, you keep it in the denominator, 11.19 lakh crore, and total claim, that is 7.66 lakh crore. So this is the ratio, claims ratio. And you can see most of the claims were paid in life insurance, 5.77 lakh crore, general insurance around 1 lakh crore, and health insurance 88,000 crore. And total assets under management is huge. You can see life insurance has 61 lakh crore, 61.5 lakh crore assets under management, which they invest elsewhere. General insurance, they have approximately 5.68 lakh crore, and health insurance has around 32,000 crore worth of assets under management. Is that understood? But one bad news for India was that the insurance penetration reduced. If you compare the financial year 2023, the insurance penetration in India was 4%. In the financial year 24, it came down to 3.7% according to IRDAI. And according to Swiss Re Sigma also, it is corroborated. So you can see here the insurance penetration for life insurance, it was 2.8 in the 2023. For non-life insurance, it was 1. So total approximately 3.8, 3.7, 3.8, which is what IRDA is also saying, right? What is insurance penetration? It is not what you think it is. Some people say that if insurance penetration is 4%, it means that 4% of India has insurance. Nothing like that. See, insurance penetration means the total premium that you collect, all the insurance companies, the total insurance premium, you divide it by the GDP of that country. So what percent of a country's GDP is total premiums that are being collected? That is called insurance penetration. So insurance penetration of India was 3.7% in the financial year 24, and it was 4%. You can see 3 plus 1, it was 4% in the financial year 23. Now, this table shows the financial performance of general, health and specialized insurance companies. So Sahi means specialized health insurance companies, right? Then you have public sector companies and private sector companies. Here you can see the financial performance of life insurance companies. Now claims paid under health insurance business of general health insurance also you can see here. So there is a lot of data. I don't think all this data is important for you, but I will definitely tell you some points worth considering. But here you should definitely know how many insurance companies are there in India as on 31st March 2024. So 26 life insurance companies are there, 25 general insurance companies are there, 8 stand-alone health insurance company, Sahi, which give only health insurance like Star Health for example, 12 reinsurance companies and FRBs, right, and 2 specialized insurance companies. Right? And what is the meaning of FRB? What is the meaning of FRB in insurance? So foreign reinsurers branch, foreign reinsurance company, re plus FRB, foreign reinsurance company, foreign reinsurer branch. It is basically a branch of a foreign company which is into the reinsurance business in India. So they are 12 and 2 are specialized insurers, right? So that you should definitely know, and rest I will cover this report on YouTube so that everybody can be benefited. Those who are preparing especially for insurance exams. This is one of the most important reports. Ministry of Commerce and Industry, they have announced the constitution of 18-member working committee to revise the base year for the WPI, Wholesale Price Index. From the existing 2011-12 to 2022-23, this group was chaired by which economist? It is Professor Ramesh Chand. Professor Ramesh Chand chaired this committee. Look, Professor Ramesh Chand is a very eminent economist and he is a member of the Niti Aayog. And there were other people also in this committee like Surjit Bhalla, Shamika Ravi. There was, Dr. Dharmakirti Joshi. So some great economists were there, but the chairman was Professor Ramesh Chand. And this is a committee for revising the base year of WPI from 2011-12 to 2022-23. According to the recently released 4th Biennial Update Report to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change in 2020, India's total greenhouse gas emissions decreased by how much percent compared to 2019? Now, India's greenhouse gas emissions, they actually decreased in 2020. If you compare it with 2019, it decreased by 7.93%, which is a good news. And we submitted our biennial update report to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC. Recently, COP29 also happened in Azerbaijan's capital Baku of UNFCCC. And if let's say India's greenhouse gas emissions are 100%, then which is the most important gas? Carbon dioxide. So 80.53% of the greenhouse gas emissions of India are carbon dioxide. Second highest is methane, CH4, 13.32%. Then third highest is nitrous oxide or N2O. It is N2O, okay, not NO2, N2O, nitrous oxide, 5.13%. And then there are others, combined 1.02%. Let me show you. Here you can see 80% of our emissions are carbon dioxide, and 13% is methane, and 5% is nitrous oxide. And then which sector in India releases maximum greenhouse gas? It is energy sector. When I say energy sector, all the thermal power plants and all these, energy sector. Energy sector. Then second highest is the agriculture sector. And third highest is industrial processes and product use. And 2.5% of greenhouse gas emissions come from waste. So there are definitely improvement areas in India, right? There are definitely improvement area, but do remember energy sector and even the thermal power plants are increasing in India. For example, Naveli Lignite Corporation India Limited has set up a very large 1980 megawatt thermal power plant recently in Ghatampur, which is in Kanpur in UP. As per recent information, what is the name of the specialized micro, small and medium enterprises program launched by Yes Bank in partnership with FICCI Ladies Organization to empower women entrepreneurs? Women entrepreneur, it is called Yes Pav Her Up. Yes Pav Her. It shows that it is dedicated to women. Look, FICCI Ladies Organization was set up in 1983. It is a division of FICCI and it focuses on the betterment of the women and it caters to the unique requirement of women-led enterprises. So they will provide loans, they will provide business accounts, trading and forex solution, card solution, insurance plans, multiple things they will provide. Securities and Exchange Board of India, they have launched a new initiative called PARVA to combat misleading claims about investment returns. What does the letter V represent in the acronym PARVA? So PARVA full form is Past Risk and Return Verification Agency. Verification Agency. That is PARVA for you. So it stands for verification. Look, there are a lot of companies, okay, which tell you that we are the best performing, we are the top ranked, we are the best in India, number one ranked. I mean, they make so many claims, right? So PARVA is going to verify everything. It is Past Risk and Return Verification Agency. If there is a company that is making any claims, it will be verified. So it is like a ISI mark, just like there is a ISI mark on products which shows that yes, they have quality. Similarly, so SEBI said that there will be a credit rating agency. They will act as a verification agency, right? While a stock exchange will serve as the data center, but credit rating agency will serve as the verification agency. So PARVA validation will be very similar to ISI mark. In fact, National Stock Exchange, they have already set up a firm which will serve as a data center. So all the Stock Exchange of India, Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange, they will set up a firm which will serve as a data center, and then that all those things will be verified. So final decision on which exchange will be recognized to take up the task is yet to be taken. Further, SEBI is yet to finalize a credit rating agency to act as PARVA. So this credit rating agency will do the verification, and SEBI is in the process to finalize a credit rating agency which will act as a PARVA. Right? So all the misleading claims and all this, because there are a lot of social media is making a lot of false claims to draw the investors or traders to their platforms. So all of that will be verified. PARVA will be a game changer in the investing community. Which space agency? They have recently launched the design of Mars Chopper, which will play a vital role in collecting important information and supporting Mars exploration. Now the planet Earth is sandwiched between Venus and Mars. Venus is the planet that is closest to the Earth, but Mars is also pretty close. In fact, it is the second closest planet to the Earth after Venus. And the answer is NASA. So NASA, you can see this is the design of something called as Mars Chopper. Mars Chopper. They will send it to Mars, and NASA has done lot of missions, to Mars. For example, the last mission that NASA did on Mars was known as Ingenuity. which was done in 2020. Ingenuity carried a rover called Perseverance rover. It is called Perseverance rover. Perseverance rover landed on the surface of the Mars in 2021. And there are other missions also. So for example, there is a mission called Mars Odyssey, right? There is a mission called MAVEN, MAVEN. There is something called as Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, MRO. They have done that also. Then initially they launched something called as Curiosity rover. Curiosity rover. They also did a mission on Mars known as InSight. So all of these are missions of NASA on the planet Mars. What about India? Well, India did Mangalyaan mission. Mangal is nothing but Mars, Mangal Greh. So Mangalyaan India did in 2013 and it was a successful mission. And don't forget China, even China did a mission on Mars called Tianwen-1. This was the Chinese Mars mission which was done in 2021. 2021. So now NASA is doing a mission on Mars which is called Mars Chopper. So the design of Mars Chopper is a collaboration between NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, which is in California, then NASA's Ames Research Center, which is again in California, and there is a private company in America, space technology company called AeroVironment. So there are 6 rotors and each has 6 blades. I already showed you. Now this Mars Chopper can carry up to 5 kg of equipment on the Mars, and these equipments can perform more complex tasks on the Mars. And why do we want to do this mission on the Mars? Because we want to study Mars, the environment of Mars, the atmosphere of Mars. I mean, we want to collect as much data as possible, and I mean all these things, right? Mars has a very low air pressure, so it is very difficult to fly something on the Mars. And Mars is also known as red planet. We call it red planet. In fact, Mars has the largest volcano in the solar system, which is called Olympus Mons. Olympus Mons, right? And Mars has only 2 moons, one is called Phobos and one is called Deimos. These are the 2 moons, and obviously we want to study everything. Now the size of Mars is about half the size of the Earth, and it is the 4th planet from the Sun. 4th planet from the Sun means what? So nearest planet to the Sun is Mercury, then we have Venus, then we have Earth, and then we have Mars. So Mars is also known as red planet. Ministry of Education, they have launched the first phase of One Nation, One Subscription. The scheme was approved with a budget of 6,000 crore allocated for its implementation over how many years? Nice question. Although I have taught this scheme earlier also, but now the first phase has finally started. So whenever the scheme finally starts, there are always some important data that you need to know. Now this is a scheme for 3 years. Very straightforward. And it is a scheme by the Ministry of Education. So from when to when? Well, this is a scheme from 1st of January 2025. That is the first day of the calendar year 2025 all the way till 31st of December 2027. 31st December 2027. So it will run for 3 years. From 1st January 2025 to 31st December 2027. This is a time of exactly 3 years. And it was approved by the government of India last month, that is in November 2024. So what is this scheme about, and who is going to implement this scheme? Well, as I said, Ministry of Education. Now under Ministry of Education, you have UGC, University Grants Commission, and under UGC you have something called InflibNet. So InflibNet is going to coordinate this scheme. InflibNet simply means Information and Library Network. Information and Library Network, in short InflibNet, and InflibNet is headquartered in Gandhinagar, and you know that Gandhinagar of course is located in Gujarat. It is the capital of Gujarat. So what will happen in this scheme? Well, this scheme will benefit 1.8 crore students in 6,300 institutions of India, and students will get access to more than 13,000 journals and publications, research papers. That is what is this scheme all about. A very, very important question, one of the most important schemes. Department of Economic Affairs, which work under the Ministry of Finance, they have kept the interest rate on the small savings schemes unchanged for the fourth quarter of the financial year 25. That is from 1st January 2025 to 31st March 2025. Now look, the interest rate for small savings scheme. For small savings scheme, it changes every 3 months. Okay. Now it may remain same or may change, but it is reviewed every 3 months by the Ministry of Finance. So nothing has changed. Now in this question they are asking for senior citizen savings scheme. Well, it is the same, a very healthy 8.2%. So let me tell you for all. Well, for public provident fund, you will get 7.1% public provident fund. For Kisan Vikas Patra, it is 7.5%. And you know that Kisan Vikas Patra is the only small savings scheme in which the money doubles on maturity. So money will double in 115 months. Senior citizen savings scheme, you will get 8.2%. Then National Savings Certificate, you will get 7.7%. Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, also you will get a very healthy 8.2%. 8.2% Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, right? So everything is the same, and only the ones that I have told you, you need to remember. That is Senior Citizen Savings Scheme, Public Provident Fund, Kisan Vikas Patra, National Savings Certificate, and Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. Others are not that important, right? So small saving schemes, they are very important. And you know, it was the earlier what used to happen, interest rate on the small saving scheme was fixed, but then came a committee called Shamal Gopinath Committee. Shamal Gopinath Committee said that we need to determine the interest rates depending on the market situation, and therefore it is updated every 3 months. And what is the minimum and maximum amount that you can invest? For example, in Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, minimum is as low as 250 rupees and maximum is 1.5 lakh in a financial year. In Senior Citizen Savings Scheme, minimum is as low as 1000 and maximum is now 30 lakh. Earlier it was 15 lakh, then it was made 30 lakh. It was made 30 lakh. Which state government has launched the Atlas of Indian wolf habitats to protect the biodiversity and conserve the Indian wolf? So you can see this animal wolf, and in Hindi we call it bhediya. You know, in Hindi we call this animal bhediya. The answer is Gujarat. The answer is Gujarat. Okay. So Gujarat government has created an atlas of Indian wolf habitats, and there are 13 districts of Gujarat where wolves are found. Okay. So this atlas is prepared by the Forest Department of Gujarat in collaboration with Gujarat Ecological Education and Research Foundation, that is based in Gandhinagar. Gujarat Ecological Education and Research Foundation. In fact, recently they did a census also of wolf, like how many wolves they recorded. So in Gujarat, 222 wolves were there. 222 wolves were there. The maximum number of wolves in Gujarat were from Bhavnagar. In Bhavnagar around 80, then Narmada district of Gujarat 39, and then Banaskantha 36. Banaskantha 36. Now why was Banaskantha district in news recently? Any idea about it? Well, Banaskantha was in news recently because from Banaskantha there is a new district which has been carved out, and it is the 34th district of Gujarat. It is called Vav Tharad. So Vav Tharad is a new district of Gujarat. It is the 34th district of Gujarat, and it has been carved out from Banaskantha. From Banaskantha. Which of the following state has introduced a very innovative system that connects the ecosystem services of its forest with the green GDP? Green GDP. So this has been started by Chhattisgarh government. He is Vishnu Dev Sai, the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh. In fact, this concept of green GDP is also there in Uttarakhand. So now the ecosystem services of the forest are being linked with the green GDP. So basically, what do they want to achieve? So this move is aimed to highlight the direct link between environmental contribution of the forest. What is the environment contribution of the forest? Like clean air, water conservation, biodiversity, and economic progress. So economic progress is directly linked with the environmental contribution, is what they want to say, is what the government of Chhattisgarh believes. In fact, Chhattisgarh has 44% of its land which is covered by forest, and it provides livelihood to the millions of people. So for example, the forest products in Chhattisgarh like the tendu leaves, lac, honey, medicinal plants, they contribute significantly to the rural economy. So by linking these benefits to the green GDP, Chhattisgarh government wants to improve their budget planning, and they want to create policies which prioritize not just economic growth but also ecological sustainability. So they want to have sustainable growth. Sustainable growth. And they want to estimate the economic value of the forest, right? So like for example, the water conservation, biodiversity, clean air, there has to be a value of clean air also, right? So that is essentially what they want to do. And recently Chhattisgarh police was given the president's color. President's color, also known as Nishan, and this is given to a unit of the police force or the Indian Army or Air Force or Navy for at least 25 years of service to the nation. 25 years of service to the nation, right? And there is a village in Chhattisgarh called Dhudmaras, which is inside the Kangar Valley National Park. It has been made a part of the upgrade program of the World Tourism Organization based in Madrid because it has exceptional village tourism. According to a recent study published in an indexed medical journal called Nature Aging, India has been ranked at which position among 143 countries worldwide in terms of its readiness to tackle the challenges posed by an aging population. How ready is India to tackle its aging population? So we are 123rd in the list. We are not at all ready according to Nature Aging. Now look, Nature Aging is basically Nature Aging. So Nature is a magazine. It is a British magazine which is published from London. It is published from London, right? And India's rank out of 143 countries is 123. So India does not exactly seem to be very ready for an aging population. Currently, we are a young country. The demographic dividend is in our favor, but very soon we will become an old country. So Switzerland was number 1 in this index. Norway number 2 and Denmark was number 3. Now currently, as I said, India is the youngest country in the world with more than 50% of our population below the age of 25 and more than 65% of our population is below the age of 35. But this scenario will change obviously in the next 20 to 30 years. And you can see the rank of India's neighbors also. So Bangladesh 86, Sri Lanka 94, Nepal 102 and Pakistan 118. So almost all of India's neighbors, they have a better rank compared to India. And this study was conducted by the scientists from National University of Singapore, which is in Singapore, and New York, United States of America based Columbia University. So they also developed a global aging index. Global aging index. So the study was done by these universities on behalf of the Nature magazine, which is published from London. Now the country Rwanda. Rwanda is an African country. So Rwanda was ranked lowest. That is, it was ranked last 143rd. National Payment Corporation of India (NPCI), they have announced an extension of the deadline for implementing a dash market share cap for UPI by another 2 years to 31st December 2026. So 30%. The answer is 30%, right? Now what is the meaning of this question? Look, if you talk about the share of the UPI, so different companies have different share, right? So but there should not be a monopoly. See, essentially UPI, there should be Indian companies which should take the benefit. But the problem is that PhonePe, for example. Now PhonePe in the month of November 2024, 47.8% of the UPI transactions in India happened on PhonePe. Right? Then second was Google Pay, 37.2%. So you can see that 47.8% and 37.2%, that is almost 85% of India's transactions of UPI are happening on both foreign apps. PhonePe is not an Indian company. PhonePe is owned by the Walmart Group. Okay, PhonePe is owned by the Walmart Group. And Google Pay, of course, is owned by Google. So 85% of India's UPI transactions are happening on just 2 apps. It can create monopoly-like situation going forwards because these companies will become very powerful. So there is a cap of 30%. So the amount of transactions happening on UPI, no company can have more than 30%. There is a 30% cap. And the deadline earlier was 31st December 2024. Now it has been increased by 2 years to 31st December 2026. So the NPCI proposed a 30% market share cap in November 2020. They gave them 2 years to comply. So then the deadline was moved to 2022. Then it was extended to 31st December 2024. Now it has been extended once again to 31st December 2026. So you will not see these kind of figures after December 31st, 2026 because no company can have more than 30% market share in terms of number of transactions. Chief Minister of which state has announced Raitu Bharosa and Indramma Atmiya Bharosa initiative to improve the farmers' financial conditions and address the issue of food security? So Raitu Bharosa is a scheme by the Chief Minister of Telangana, Revant Reddy. Revant Reddy. So what is Raitu Bharosa? So in Raitu Bharosa, the farmers get 12,000 rupees per acre annually. Earlier they used to get 10,000. Now the amount has been increased to 12,000 rupees, right? And these both the schemes, Raitu Bharosa and Indramma Atmiya Bharosa, they will be launched on 26th of January 2025. That is the Republic Day 2025 in a redesigned way. So the scheme Raitu Bharosa is designed to support the farmers by providing 12,000 rupees per acre. This is a financial assistance for agriculture investment. Using this money, they can purchase seeds, fertilizer, they can purchase agriculture tools, all these things. And what is Indramma Atmiya Bharosa? So the government will extend this support to landless agriculture families also under the Indramma Atmiya Bharosa, with each eligible family getting 12,000 rupees annually. Now in Raitu Bharosa, it is 12,000 per acre. That is for the farmers who have a land. So for every acre of land, they get 12,000. But if a farmer or any poor person does not have land, then what? Well, if it is agriculture family and landless, then they will get 12,000 rupees per annum. Recently, Territorial Army, they have set up a new task force dedicated to the rejuvenation and protection of which of the following rivers? A very, very nice question, very important question. Look, Indian Army and the Territorial Army, they both launched a task force for the first time in 2019. They called it Ganga Task Force. They called it Ganga Task Force for rejuvenation of Ganga River, and it was launched by the National Mission for Clean Ganga, which works under the Ministry of Jal Shakti. Ministry of Jal Shakti. So this was a part of the National Mission for Clean Ganga, Ministry of Jal Shakti, Ganga Task Force, right? Now this task force, we call them CETF. The technical word for it is CETF. So just as that time in 2019, there was a task force for Ganga, now there is a task force for Gomti. And what is CETF? We call it Composite Ecological Task Force. Composite Ecological Task Force, or simply you can call it CETF. So what is the name of this task force? In 2019, it was called Ganga Task Force. That was for Ganga River. This one is called Gomti Company. This task force is called Gomti Company, and it has been raised on the very first day of the year, 1st January 2025. And you know that Gomti is a very important river. And we want to rejuvenate the river. Now, who is in the task force? This task force will have mainly ex-servicemen. So this is a task force which is comprised of ex-servicemen. What they will do? They will do pollution monitoring. They will patrol the riverbank and the ghats, public awareness campaign. They will do riverbank stabilization efforts. All of these things they will do. And again, this new company, Gomti Company, it has been set up under National Mission for Clean Ganga, Ministry of Jal Shakti. Ministry of Jal Shakti. Let me tell you now something about the Gomti River. Now Gomti is a river which takes origin from Pilibhit district. In Pilibhit there is a Gomat Tal, also known as Fulhar Jheel. Fulhar Jheel or Fulhar Lake, that is where Gomti takes origin from Pilibhit, and then lot of districts are on the bank of Gomti, like the capital of UP Lucknow, Barabanki, Sultanpur, Faizabad and Jaunpur. It passes through all of these districts and then it joins the Ganga River. So Gomti is a tributary of the Ganga River. This river, Gomti River, is around 900 km long. 900 km long. Make sense? Very, very important question. And what is Territorial Army? See, Territorial Army is a military reserve force. It consists of part-time volunteers who will provide support services to the Indian Army when required. So it has officers, junior commissioned officers, non-commissioned officers and other people, you know. And the main objective of Territorial Army is to relieve the regular army from static duties and help the civil administration in dealing with natural calamities, etc. Also, Territorial Army can join the regular army as and when required. As and when required. Who among the following has written his autobiography called Stumped? Life behind and beyond the 22 yards. 22 yards is the length of the cricket pitch. So beyond the 22 yards. Life behind and beyond the. So behind means what? You are standing behind the pitch means you are a wicket keeper. So he is none other than the great Sayyid Kirmani. The great Sayyid Kirmani, Sayyid Hussain Kirmani. He was a wicket keeper, legendary wicket keeper. In fact, he was the wicket keeper of India in the 1983 World Cup winning team. And recently, he celebrated his 75th birthday at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, and that is where he released his autobiography called Stumped. Recently, the Department of Financial Services, which works under the Ministry of Finance, it is one of the 6 departments under the Ministry of Finance, has launched a revamped e-auction portal, which consolidates the information on e-auction properties from all public sector banks and offers a one-stop destination for buyers and investors to discover a wide range of assets. What is the name of this portal? So you know that under various laws and organizations like SARFAESI or Debt Recovery Tribunal and all, see, basically bank gives loan, in return it asks for collateral, and if the loan becomes a non-performing asset, the bank sometimes is left with no other option but to auction the collateralized properties, right? So all that info, because these properties are usually cheaper than the market price, so you can get a very handy deal, very reasonable deal. The information of all such properties which are to be auctioned by the public sector banks will be available now on a portal called BankNet, BAANK. So all the flats, independent houses, open plots, commercial properties, industrial land and buildings, shops, vehicles, plant and machinery, agriculture, non-agriculture land. I mean, you can get information about everything. So you know that Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India is there, Debt Recovery Tribunal under SARFAESI Act. So there are a lot of acts or organizations which are responsible for the recovery. So in fact, there are already, like it has been launched recently, this portal, already more than 1,22,000 properties are listed. Just open the website and you will see what I am saying. The Employees Provident Fund Organization, EPFO, they completed the full-scale rollout of something known as CPPS under the Employees Pension Scheme of 1995. In the acronym CPPS, what does P stand for? So a very nice question. Employees Provident Fund Organization works under which ministry? It works under the Ministry of Labor and Employment, EPFO. And EPFO has a lot of people who work for EPFO who used to work ex-servicemen, you can say. So they need to be given pension. So there are around 68 lakh pensioners which have to disburse the pension every month, and there are approximately 122 pension disbursing offices, pension disbursing regional offices of EPFO. So now for automatic payments, there is a payment platform called Centralized Pension Payment System. The answer therefore is payments. Okay, CPPS. So P stands for Centralized Pension Payment System. Actually, there are two P. So one is Centralized Payments Pension System. So one is payment and one is pension. So in fact, both are there. So P stands for pension and payments, right? And CPPS, they did not roll out in the entire India, say they are rolling it out phase by phase. So for example, the pilot project of CPPS was done in only 3 offices in October 2024. So it was done in Karnal, which is in Haryana, and it was done in Jammu and Srinagar. These 3 places, Karnal in Haryana, Jammu and Srinagar. And then the second pilot was done, so in the first phase, only 49,000 people, they were given the pension through CPPS. And in the second phase, around 9.3 lakh pensioners were given the pension. And finally, it has been rolled out now in the entire country. It's a very transformative initiative. It will allow the pensioners to access their pension seamlessly from any bank, any branch, anywhere in the country. So it is like one person, one pension. I mean, you can be in any part of India. You can be in any state. Earlier, what used to happen was if you move from one place to another, then you would need pension payment order from one office to another. All that is not required now. because this will be a great help for those pensioners who move to their hometown after retirement, because a lot of people, they move to their hometown after retirement, and when they used to move, they needed pension payment orders from the office. Only then the pension was disbursed, but now nothing like that. Any branch, anywhere, any bank in India, you can get your pension. So it's a very transformative approach from the EPFO. And employees pension scheme, you already know, it came in 1995, and it's a social security scheme, right? So what is this scheme? Well, if you retire at the age of 58 years, this scheme provides provision for employees who are working in the organized sector for a pension after their retirement at the age of 58 years, and minimum you need to serve 10 years to be eligible for the pension. And both the employees and the employer, their contribution is 12%. 12%. Make sense? So that is CPPS for you. Once again, the full form: Centralized Pension Payment System. Centralized Pension Payment System. Union Minister of Commerce and Industry, he released, Mr. Piyush Goyal, so he released the LEADS Index. So LEADS, logistics ease across different states. LEADS. As per the report, which of the following state has not been awarded as the top rank of achievers among the coastal group? See, in India, we are focusing a lot on the logistics. Why? Because our logistics costs are very high. It is around 14% of India's GDP, the logistics cost of India. So if we have good highways, good connectivity, multimodal connectivity, the logistics cost will come down. So we want to bring it down to approximately 8% of the GDP, which is in the developed countries. Also, there is a World Bank's Logistics Performance Index, and we want to be among the top 25 countries in the Logistics Performance Index. So these are the two targets of India's National Logistics Policy. One, to bring down the cost of logistics in India, and second is to be among the top 25 in the World Bank's Logistics Performance Index by 2030. By 2030. So now Government of India, very similar to the Logistics Performance Index, which is at the world level, they have launched their own index, which is at the national level, which is called LEADS Index, or you can call it LEADS Report. So among that, the answer is Kerala. So Kerala is not among those states which is achiever category among the coastal group. Let me show you, don't worry. So first of all, the states are divided into, this is the 6th time that LEADS report has come, right? And there are 4 pillars on which the LEADS report is evaluated. So you have the logistics. Let me write here the 4 pillars. So first is the logistics infrastructure. That is the first pillar. Then you have the logistics services, which is the second pillar. Then you have operating and regulating environment, which is the third pillar. And they have introduced one more pillar this time, which is sustainable logistics. So even your logistics sector should be sustainable. Logistics essentially means supply chain, transporting something from one place to another. All that comes under logistics. So 4 pillars are there: logistics infrastructure, logistics services, operating and regulatory environment in the state, and the sustainable logistics. These are the 4 pillars. And how many categories the states are divided into? So states are divided into 4 categories: the coastal states of India, the landlocked states of India, the northeastern states of India, and the union territories. So there are 4 categories. Let's go one by one, and on the basis of your performance, look, if your score is 90% or more, you are a achiever. Okay, if your score is between 80 to 90%, then you are a fast mover. But if your score is less than 80%, then you are a aspirer. Now in the coastal, they are asking in the question, among the coastal group, which is not an achiever. So Gujarat, Karnataka, Maharashtra, they are achiever. Kerala is not an achiever. Also achievers are Odisha, Tamil Nadu. Then in the landlocked, achiever are Haryana, Telangana, UP and Uttarakhand. In the northeast, Assam and Arunachal, they have fantastic logistics. And in the Union Territory, Delhi and Chandigarh, they have the best logistics. They are in achievers category. Also on the same day, they gave an awards which are called LEAPS Award. Now what is LEAPS? So if you are doing a fantastic job in the logistics sector, then in different categories you get LEAPS Award. So let me tell you the full form of LEAPS. It can be important. Well, LEAPS stand for Logistics Excellence, Advancement and Performance Shield. So you can see a lot of companies got it, right? There are startups, there are MSMEs, there are core logistics companies, So all of them got it in different categories like air freight services provider, maritime freight service. So basically maritime freight service means you are sending your cargo through the shipping route. Air freight means you are sending it through the air cargo, that is aeroplane. Rail freight, I mean multimodal transport, they are using multi-modes, they are using more than one, like railway, airport, I mean aeroplanes and roads and everything. So these you don't need to remember. There are so many companies and so many categories. These you don't need to remember. But Leaps awards were also given for exceptional performance in core logistics, in startups, among the MSMEs, and even institutions. Even there is a category called institutions. So best institutions when it comes to logistics. So understood now? Who among the following has been appointed as the Secretary General of Indian Ocean Rim Association, which is headquartered in Ebene in Mauritius? Indian Ocean Rim Association recently from 2025 to 2027 for a period of 3 years. Who is the chairman of Indian Ocean Rim Association? It is Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is the chairman. And their highest position, the president level position, is called Secretary General. It is Sanjeev Ranjan. Sanjeev Ranjan is a senior Indian Foreign Service officer and he replaces Mr. Salman of Indonesia. Same Indonesia to which we will provide like 1 million kg of non-basmati white rice. We have signed a deal with Indonesia recently. So Sanjeev Ranjan will be the Secretary General of Indian Ocean Rim Association. Now you should know more about Indian Ocean Rim Association. It was founded in 1997. Currently 23 countries are a member of Indian Ocean Rim Association. These are those countries which are either located in the Indian Ocean or they have some island in the Indian Ocean. For example, France. Now France is not located in the Indian Ocean. France is located where? It is in Europe. So, but France has a lot of islands in the Indian Ocean. So 23 member countries are there and there are 12 dialogue partners also, right? 12 dialogue partners also. And the headquarter is in Ebene. Current chairman is Sri Lanka and current vice chairman is India. Now remember, India will become the next chairman once Sri Lanka's term ends in 2027. 2027. Students from which school? They were honored by NASA recently. So because they were a part of International Astronomical Search Collaboration, which is basically a initiative of NASA, right? International Astronomical Search Collaboration. And this school student, they discovered a main belt asteroid TD40. They discovered an asteroid called TD40 from the data which was given by the telescope of NASA. So this is the Dayal Singh Public School, which is located in Karnal in Haryana. In fact, Karnal is also the city of Kalpana Chawla, the only Indian ever to go into the space. Proper Indian. I'm not talking about Sunita Williams and all those. I'm talking about proper Indian. So she is the only Indian ever to go to space. Kalpana Chawla was from Karnal in Haryana. And Karnal also has some very fine institutes like National Dairy Research Institute is in Karnal. So they discovered asteroid. And this telescope, by the way, Pan-STARRS telescope, is operated by the Institute of Astronomy at the University of Hawaii, which is an American university. Institute for Astronomy at the University of Hawaii. So there were a lot of students in this team like Diksha, like Sushma, like Kaveri. I mean, all these students were there and they were honored by NASA. So Pan-STARRS is a very fine telescope and it is a telescope of NASA. It is operated by the Institute of Astronomy at Hawaii. And what is this International Astronomical Search Collaboration? It's a citizen science program of NASA. NASA invites the schools, young scientists, old scientists. I mean, so what we want is a citizen scientist. Citizens should take interest in astronomical discoveries and they can participate in hands-on astronomy. Railway Ministry has proposed to set up a new railway division under the Northern Railway Zone by reorganizing the Firozpur division. The headquarters of the proposed railway division will be based in which location? You know that there are 18 railway zones in India. This you know very well, right? 18 railway zone, and every railway zone is divided into some divisions. Now we have the Northern Railway Zone, right? Under the Northern Railway Zone, we have certain division. Now they are creating one more division. So there is one of the division under Northern Railway Zone is the Firozpur division. So they are bifurcating the Firozpur division. They are creating a new division which will be known as Jammu division. Jammu division. Understood? So Jammu division is a new division under the Northern Railway Zone. Northern Railway Zone. And Northern Railway Zone, where is the headquarters of the Northern Railway Zone? It is located in New Delhi in the Baroda House. So Northern Railway Zone, I mean, it covers states like Jammu Kashmir, Punjab, Haryana, Himachal, Uttarakhand, part of UP, Delhi and Chandigarh. All of this is covered by the Northern Railway Zone. Now in India, there are total 68 railway divisions in the 18 railway zones. So you can say this will be the 69th division, the Jammu division. Jammu division, we'll call it the Jammu division. Which of the following state government has conducted India's first ever census of the coastal and wadder birds? Coastal and wadder bird first time census was done at the Marine National Park and Sanctuary in Jamnagar from 3rd to 5th of January in Gujarat. The answer is Gujarat. So we have a Marine National Park and Sanctuary. It was a 3-day census. It was done by the Department of Forest and the Bird Conservation Society of Gujarat. What are wadder birds? What are coastal birds? Well, wadder birds basically are those birds which are found around reservoir, ponds, rivers, lakes, seas. Coastal birds are mainly which are found where the river meets the sea, those areas, coastal areas, right? And wadder birds, they are found in the ponds, rivers, lakes, all those are called wadder birds. So these birds, they do most of their activities near water, like feeding, nesting, reproducing, all these. So what type of bird? For example, the crane bird, you know, the stork bird, Hans and Babula in Hindi we say, the heron, the flamingo, I mean, there are so many. Now look, Marine National Park in Gujarat is very, very large, you know. So it is located in the Gulf of Kutch area, and you can see it is spread in so many districts. It is spread in Devbhoomi, Dwarka, Jamnagar, Morbi. It is spread in multiple districts of Gujarat, right? Devbhoomi, Dwarka, Jamnagar and Morbi. And it covers approximately 170 km of coastline and 42 islands between Okha and Navlakhi. So we did this in Jamnagar. Okay, we did this counting in Jamnagar. Also, Gujarat has created a new district also called Vav Tharad, carved out from Banaskantha. This will be the 34th district of Gujarat. NILIT has opened multiple campuses in India. National Institute of Electronics and Information Technology, deemed to be university, it has jointly inaugurated at how many locations across India? And where will be the main campus and where will be the accessory campus or satellite campuses or sub campuses? So total 12 locations. NILIT has been inaugurated, and by the way, NILIT is the only university in India which is under the Ministry of Electronics and IT. Right? So recently NILIT has been opened in India at 12 places. So which are these 12 places? So the main campus of NILIT will be in Ropar in Punjab, also known as Roopnagar district of Punjab, and the other 11 centers will be in Aizawl, Agartala, Aurangabad, Calicut, Gorakhpur, Imphal, Itanagar, Kekdi, Kohima, Patna, Srinagar. So these are the places. And basically it wants to revolutionize higher education in digital technology. It will offer UG, PG and PhD programs. UG, PG and PhD program. And you can see out of the 12 centers, 5 have been opened in the Northeast. So you can see Imphal, you can see Itanagar, you can see the Aizawl, Agartala and all, right? And where is this place? Have you heard of this place called Kekdi? Kekri. So Kekdi is a place in, near Ajmer in Rajasthan. It is in Rajasthan. Imphal, you know, Gorakhpur in UP, Calicut. Calicut is basically, Calicut is an old name of which city? Can you tell me? Calicut, what is the new name of Calicut? So Calicut is nothing but Kozhikode. Have you heard of Kozhikode? It is in Kerala. Earlier it used to be called as Calicut. Dr. K. Subramaniam Manilal, K.M. Manilal, K.S. Manilal. So Tungal Subramaniam Manilal is a Padma Shri awardee. He passed away in Thrissur in Kerala. He was associated with which field? So he was a botanist. So botany means study of plants and study of animals is called zoology. It is called zoology. So he has a lot of contributions in the field of botany. He was born in Kochi, now we call it Kochi in Kerala. And his contribution of science was immense, right? In fact, he spent 35 years of his life in research and researching a manuscript. What was the name of that manuscript? It was called Hortus Malabaricus. Hortus Malabaricus. This is a manuscript. And because he spent 35 years on this script, it brought immense botanical treasure to the modern world. He was also a member of the Royal Society of Britain and all the big societies. He was also the president of the Botanical Society of India, you know, and he also taught at renowned institutions like University of London, National Museum of Natural History in Washington. So we have lost a great Indian. So this was the video for Best 300 series for the month of January 2025. I wish you all a very happy new year. I hope you liked and enjoyed the video. I'll see you in set 2. Thank you for watching.